Welcome to a new video, dear viewers. Before we delve into today's intriguing topic, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment for more content like this. Today, we embark on a journey to understand the significance of the 10 Commandments in our lives. These commandments are not just ancient rules, but timeless principles that shape our moral compass. We'll delve into each commandment, exploring their profound meanings and implications. But we're not stopping there. We'll also venture into some unexpected territories, revealing surprising aspects of these commandments that you may not have considered before. We'll discuss examples of seemingly innocuous actions that might be contrary to these commandments, and might just challenge your preconceptions. This journey promises to be enlightening, intriguing, and possibly a little shocking. So, brace yourselves for some unexpected revelations about the 10 Commandments. Starting with the first commandment, "You shall have no other gods before me." This commandment, at its core, asks us to place our spiritual and moral compass in one direction, towards the divine. It's a call for singular devotion, a plea to not let our faith be diluted or distracted. But here's where it gets a bit shocking. This commandment is not just about bowing to deities of different faiths. It's about the gods we create in our everyday lives. Yes, you heard it right. Do we sometimes idolize celebrities, money, or even our jobs? Are these things taking a higher place in our lives than they should? More than our faith? If yes, then we might be unknowingly violating this commandment. So it's not just about worshiping deities, is it? It's about ensuring that our devotion, our respect, and our love are directed towards the divine and not overshadowed by the worldly gods we might unknowingly revere. Moving on to the second commandment, "You shall not make for yourself a graven image." Traditionally, this commandment has been understood to forbid the creation of physical idols or images intended for worship. But let's pause for a moment and consider a broader interpretation. In today's digital age, an obsession with selfies, social media profiles, and the perfect image can be seen as a modern form of idolatry. We're creating and worshiping graven images of ourselves, aren't we? Similarly, an unhealthy attachment to material possessions, such as that latest smartphone or designer handbag, can also be viewed as creating graven images. We're placing these items on a pedestal, attributing to them a value and significance they don't inherently possess. So perhaps the second commandment is cautioning us against not just physical idolatry, but also the psychological and emotional idolatry that can sneak into our lives unannounced. Interesting how this ancient commandment could apply to our modern lives, right? Next, we have the third commandment. "You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain." It seems straightforward, doesn't it? Don't use God's name disrespectfully, right? But let's delve a little deeper. This commandment not only warns us against using God's name in a derogatory or disrespectful manner, but it also cautions us against using his name casually in conversations or exclamations. Think about how often we say, "Oh my God," when we're surprised, or use phrases like "God knows" when expressing uncertainty. These might seem harmless, but they can be seen as trivializing the sacred name of the Almighty. It's about showing respect, reverence, and acknowledging the sanctity of God's name. So, it's not just about avoiding blasphemy in the traditional sense, but also about being mindful of how we reference the divine in our everyday speech. Makes you think twice about your daily conversations, doesn't it? Now let's explore the fourth and fifth commandments together. The fourth commandment instructs us to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. This doesn't merely mean attending a service or refraining from work. It's a call to rejuvenate, to recharge, and to reflect. Many of us are guilty of violating this commandment in ways we might not realize. In our fast-paced, constantly connected world, we often forget to take a break, to appreciate the beauty of the world around us, and to meditate on our blessings. Not giving ourselves this crucial time to rest and renew is, in essence, a violation of the fourth commandment. Moving on to the fifth commandment, "Honor your father and your mother." This commandment goes beyond the basic act of showing respect to our parents. It's about cherishing the wisdom of the older generation and acknowledging the sacrifices they've made for us. Disrespect doesn't always show up as blatant rudeness. Sometimes it's subtler. Ignoring advice, not making time for our elders, or failing to show gratitude for their contributions can all be seen as violations of this commandment. But remember, the essence of these commandments is not about fear or strict adherence to rules. It's about cultivating virtues and values that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. The Sabbath is a reminder to pause, to breathe, and to connect with the divine. Honoring our parents is a reminder of the importance of gratitude, humility, and respect for the wisdom and experience of those who came before us. As we journey through life, Let's strive to embody the spirit of these commandments. Let's make time for rest, for reflection, and for gratitude. Let's show respect, not just to our parents, but to all elders who cross our paths. Let's honor them with our actions, our words, and most importantly, our hearts. Remember, rest and respect are virtues, not just commandments. As we delve into the remaining commandments, prepare for more surprises. Let's move on to the sixth commandment, you shall not murder. This one seems straightforward, doesn't it? But what if we told you that harboring resentment or hatred in your heart can be considered a violation of this commandment? Yes, that's right. It's not just physical acts that count, but also our thoughts and feelings. Holding on to anger or wishing ill towards others is, in a way, a form of emotional murder. Next is the seventh commandment, you shall not commit adultery. This commandment goes beyond the literal act of infidelity. Even the act of fantasizing about someone other than your spouse can be seen as infringing upon this commandment. It's about respecting the sanctity of your relationship and maintaining fidelity in thought, word, and deed. The eighth commandment is, you shall not steal. This doesn't only refer to tangible items. Stealing someone's idea, time, or even peace of mind can be a violation. For instance, if you've ever taken credit for someone else's work or have gossiped, causing distress to another, you've broken this commandment. The ninth commandment, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, expands beyond lying about others. Spreading rumors, even if they are true, can be seen as bearing false witness if it harms someone's reputation. Keeping the truth to yourself, when it could save someone from harm, is also a violation of this commandment. Finally, the 10th commandment, you shall not covet. Coveting is not just about wanting your neighbor's belongings. It's about harboring an unhealthy desire for anything that isn't yours. For example, wishing you had your friend's job, spouse, or even their luck can be seen as coveting. These commandments, though ancient, are still applicable today. They're not just about obeying rules, they're about living a life of respect, consideration, and love for others. They remind us to be mindful of our actions, thoughts, and words, as even the smallest things can have a significant impact on others. So, there you have it. The 10 Commandments are not just rules, but a guide to living a respectful, considerate life. They challenge us to go beyond the literal and consider the spirit of each commandment. But remember, the commandments are not there to judge us, but to guide us. They serve as a moral compass, steering us towards a path of righteousness. They remind us that every action, thought, and word has a consequence. So, as we navigate through life, let's strive to live by these commandments, not out of fear, but out of love for our fellow beings and respect for the divine. Thank you for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more thought-provoking content like this. Before we wrap up, we have a special request for our viewers. We invite you to take a moment and reflect on what you've just heard. How do these commandments resonate with you in your everyday life? How have they challenged or confirmed your understanding of what it means to live a good life? We'd love to hear your thoughts, your insights, and your personal experiences. We encourage you to share them in the comments below. And if you found this content meaningful or enlightening, don't hesitate to say amen or praise Jesus. Remember, your words could be the blessing that someone else needs today. So let's create a community of encouragement and understanding right here in the comments section. Your engagement helps us create more content that resonates with you. Until next time, stay blessed and stay curious.